So Dream Slice, hey, thanks for joining me in Bands on the Radar. How you guys doing, man?
Having
Good.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for
everybody,
having us.
everybody good?
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. So I don't mess it up. Why don't you guys just introduce who you are and by name and what you play in the band?
Okay. My name's Nick Sayre, and I play the bass.
Awesome.
I'm Jacob Kinney, and I play drums.
Okay.
I'm Alex Poisal, and I play keys and synth.
Okay.
I'm Peter LaMonaca, and I sing and I play guitar.
Awesome. Okay. Very good. Very good. And you guys, we were talking before we hit record. You guys are from Indy, and I got a little bit of the background. But so tell me about that. What's Indy's home right now? Has it always been home for everybody, or what's the background?
Alex has the most, for the three of us, Peter, Jacob, and I, it's always been home. Alex has the more interesting story of cross-country
Let's
travel.
hear it. Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, so I wanted to get out of Indy for a while.
Yeah.
So I, for my senior year of high school, went to a boarding school called Interlochen Arts Academy in Michigan.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to college at Belmont in Nashville, Tennessee.
Really? Okay.
And then after that, I lived out in California and went to college there for about like 4 or 5 years.
We're out in California.
I lived in a town called Corona,
Okay.
and that was a bit like 30 miles southeast of LA.
Okay.
And that was a nice experience, and I played in a band called Pump Sugar there. But eventually, after all the pandemic stuff, I wanted to get back with these guys and play gigs, and
Okay.
yeah.
And so we did.
Yeah,
So he did.
it's like
That was in early 21 that he came back.
Yeah.
It was like,
in
it
March.
was this time 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I came back in March, and actually lived with Peter for about 6 months while we were initially getting our gig stuff started.
Mhm.
And then a couple of months in, we started associating with Lisa Sauce for Blonde Entertainment, and she set up a lot of gigs for us.
Okay.
And from there now, me and the drummer and the bassist used to live with
The
us
drummer.
as well.
It's the drummer.
That's who I am.
We're anonymous, and we
Yeah.
prefer it that way.
Yeah, but we used to. Well, Nick used to live with us, but now me and Jacob we live together in a house.
Yeah, we're renting a house out in Wanamaker for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know where that's at. Yeah. Nice and quiet out that way. Or it was the last time I was out there anyway. So,
Not a lot going on out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so, we're based out of Indianapolis, but we kind of play in the tri-state area
Yeah.
a lot. So,
Yeah.
Good deal.
tri-state area being, of course, like Cincinnati to Louisville to Lexington.
Sure.
Back up
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys were involved with the All In Fest the
Mhm.
first time that event
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And
Super fortunate.
yeah. Tell me how that came about.
Well, Lisa was she was like one of the people who was instrumental in organizing it in the first place.
Oh, okay.
Because,
The whole event.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
there were 3 stages. The event took place over 2 days, Saturday and Sunday of that weekend, early September. And there was the main stage, which was just outside the Coliseum. And then they had a stage inside.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what that was called. And then the Indiana stage.
Mhm.
And so Lisa was responsible for getting all of the local talent for the Indiana stage
Okay.
portion of the concert festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys play on Sunday?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time slot do you?
It was like 4:30.
Yeah, it was like around 4:35.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that experience like? Was it, you enjoy it?
The most
little
hype
nerve-wracking.
experience
Yeah.
of my performing career.
Yeah.
Because it was cool because we just had like all of our best original songs, timed, and like the stage was the coolest, and we had never done like a big outdoor live
Mhm.
experience, and to be in the same bill is like like Cage the Elephant, Hall & Oates, and
Yeah.
like groups like
John
that.
Fogerty.
John
Fogerty.
Fogerty.
Yeah.
What a show. He brought out the baseball bat.
Man.
Oh, did he?
He played the baseball
So
bat.
you got to
guitar.
see Fogerty then.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the headliners Sunday were
Yes.
Fogerty, and then Cage the Elephant went on after them. They were both excellent,
Awesome.
and like Fogerty still got it.
Yeah.
What was really cool about Fogerty was the very first band to perform on the main stage, which was like 3 p.m. that day, was this band called Hardy Har
Yeah.
out of L.A.
Yeah.
And I didn't know until when all of Hardy Har goes up there with them. John Fogerty's son is the lead singer of
Oh,
Party
is
Hard,
that
right? I saw,
and he's
I
touring
saw
with
those
them
guys.
as his backing band.
Okay,
So
I
they-
saw some of that.
Yeah, they
set.
did their whole set, and then a whole set of CCR and
Yeah.
some of his solo stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool to connect those dots. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah,
I saw Fogarty headline at Bourbon and Beyond. You guys familiar with that down in
Yeah.
Louisville?
yeah,
Yeah.
It was before the pandemic. And to your point, or one of you said, just the energy he brought, man, it
Mhm.
was incredible. And
Mhm.
I was going in going, I love this guy, but I didn't have the bar real high. He set it pretty high.
yeah.
It was
awesome.
fantastic.
That's
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
I loved him so much more after I saw him live. I was
Yeah,
like, this is
it's
cool.
fantastic. Yeah.
This is
So
cool.
a lot of love here for John. So yeah,
For
and he's
sure.
a legend. He's
Yeah,
a
he
legend.
is.
Yeah.
No
Did you guys happen to
contest.
take in Mike Campbell, or was he
Was he the guitar player that
he was with
acoustic guitar player
Petty?
sings?
He was
Oh,
with
wait,
Petty.
sorry.
Mike Campbell and the
We're
Dirty
talking about the
Knobs.
Dream.
No, they
the,
so Mike Campbell played his own set. He played about an hour.
Oh, okay.
It might have overlapped. I think he started at maybe 5 and went on at 6. Or went 5 to 6 or 6 to 7. I don't remember now.
Okay.
But
I know there
he's
was
out. He was Petty's guitar player.
Yeah,
That's cool.
There was
He
a
was there
Tom
too.
Petty jam.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and that was separate from
Yeah.
what he did.
Okay.
I don't know if it would make sense that he would sit in on that since he wrote some of those songs, but I don't know if he did or not. So.
I know this guy from Goose, the guitarist from Goose, sat in on the Dream set for Tom Petty. Oates was one of the guitarists in the Dream
Okay.
set. Do you guys remember who else was like recognizable in the band?
Lead singer to Cage the Elephant.
Was he in the Dream set?
I'm pretty sure he was.
Oh, he
doing
was?
headstands,
Okay.
Yeah, that's his
They
thing.
had
He
a great
does
performance.
headstands.
I only
Well,
caught the last song of that.
Well, if you're gonna have a
That's
thing,
awesome,
it
yeah.
might be that.
Yeah.
I think he was doing that early on. He didn't
He
really
was
do that
very-
during his set. I don't think he didn't. But
He had a
you
very
know,
lively acrobatic performance.
He's always done those headstands, though.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
He did. Yeah.
Interesting.
I came away from that thinking he had a sort of flamboyance and a willingness to. He had like a leotard underneath, like
So many outfit changes.
yeah. Basically, he dressed in so many layers that like every 2 songs, it was a complete outfit change. The more he took off,
No
until it
kidding.
became just him in a leotard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know. I thought his look kind of reminded me of Harry Styles.
Mm.
I don't know. So I came away with that
Yeah.
from that, thinking maybe Harry Styles is a big fan of. I don't know his name. Who's the? You
Yeah.
guys know the name of the lead
I
singer?
can picture him, but I don't know
Yeah.
his name either. Yeah.
But
I think they're from Kentucky, aren't they?
Yeah, they're from Bowling Green.
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was on your YouTube channel, and you guys did the national football thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that pretty cool?
Yeah. That
It's
was
another.
Yeah.
Downtown on Georgia Street.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That had to be
Yeah.
a decent crowd, at least. I mean, just
people walked back and forth.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very cold.
It was
Yeah.
pretty cold that day.
And they had a lot of heaters and out and stuff, and people were, people had spent money to come
Yeah.
travel to Indianapolis for the college football thing.
yeah.
So they were making the best of it. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody who traveled to Indianapolis was out for that,
Yeah.
and they were trooping.
They had like a bunch of events
Being
on that
troopers.
street, so it was just people kind of
Yeah.
cycling through.
But I think most of the locals probably didn't show up for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we hope, though, is that we got the Dream Slice word out.
There you go.
To people spreading out where we
Yeah.
don't
Spreading
play
the good
shows.
news.
that was a good one though. That was a
Yeah.
a cool stage.
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
It looked
Light
cool.
show,
It
yeah.
looked cool
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was that DJ? No, is he the DJ?
There was a DJ before. I don't remember his name, but he was.
Isn't it like DJ Gino? DJ No or
Yeah,
something?
Yeah.
He's really good.
Gino.
Is it DJ Gino?
It's like the letter G and then no.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
excellent DJ.
He's
There you go.
Super like
think
everything
he's
that
doing
he's
that for the
fusing
Colts.
together.
pretty sure he's DJing for the Colts.
Was that right?
Oh
I
really?
don't know what exactly it was called. There's like a section or maybe or not a section, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Like a time slot or something. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember seeing it. I gotta go check his
Oh, okay.
Instagram.
He's like an excellent DJ. Like his taste in music, all the influences, like the way he weaves songs together.
Mhm.
Very
Cool.
cool. Very
Cool.
creative. Yeah.
A lot of classic R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
The 90s.
All right. Well, let's dig into your history a little bit. Let's start with the band name. How did that come about?
Oh wow.
We fought over it many times.
Well, we've actually been playing together since like 4th or 5th grade.
Okay.
So we're actually cousins.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
the plot
growing up,
thickens. All
we've
right.
been through 10 different band names at this point. As kids, we were called Side Effect.
Mhm.
Spelled
For-
with an A.
When we were like
Yeah,
Hey,
around
probably
9
like-
years old.
I like
6,
that.
7 years.
Yeah,
that was our band name.
adversaries.
Wasn't that like a WWE move or something? Like,
Yeah, it was.
It was,
Matt
Matt
Hardy. That's
Hardy.
where we got it from.
Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hardy Boys for Life. Extreme Rules.
But yeah, then we had some here and there, and eventually, when he came back from California 2 years ago, we settled on Dream Slice. I don't really remember how it came.
We used
about.
word match. We all
Okay.
threw some words in.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
We were all fed up with it. At that
Everyone
point.
had suggestions.
It was fun.
So many were
We all
shot
just
down.
settled
Yeah,
eventually.
We settled. Like the process probably lasted a month, and then it was like a war of attrition where Germany had to surrender, and the Treaty of Versailles was signed, and
Okay.
with Dream
All
Slice.
right. Well, so are you happy with the name?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I do
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a vague.
The war was worth it then.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
It's galactic, you know,
It's got the-
spacey.
Yeah, it's got the spacey, almost kind of delirious vibe to
I
it.
feel like it's more important you get like the right. It's not as much about the name as much as like the contents of the name and what it makes people think of.
The connotation.
Because you can, have a bad band name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like the Beatles, but I have a theory. It's
They
like
made the most of it though.
usually, they
They
like
pulled it off.
if your
pulled it
music's
off.
good enough, people don't even think about how bad. When you think about the Beatles, you can like have and almost anybody who likes their music, I imagine you do, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You've had probably like at least a half an hour long conversation with a friend about the Beatles and the music, and not once does anybody like mention how bad of a pun
Yeah.
that band name is,
Yeah.
because the music just supersedes it. Like
Yeah.
you only think about how good their music is, and not
Puns are the best band names.
yeah. But it's like
So true. I never even thought about that.
it's just like a bad band name won't enter the equation.
Susie and the
Good
Banshees.
enough.
Yeah.
Great one.
What?
Susie and the Banshees.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, it's just
That's
a
an
goth
old one.
band.
That goes back a ways. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, that's an older one. Yeah. So you've talked a little bit about when did you guys first play together? Then.
So
They started before I even started. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, me and Jacob, since we grew up together, like I had always, at least since I was about 9, like I've been playing guitar. He'd been playing drums. I would
Little
write.
when I was 6, and then I stopped.
I would write some songs. We would perform them for our stuffed animals and his mom
There you go.
sometimes.
All right.
And then eventually, probably a little bit after 2nd grade, maybe like 3rd or 4th grade, we started rehearsing with Peter in his basement. And then a little bit after that, we got Nick to play bass. And then
so that was like in 5th grade, right? When you
Yeah,
guys started, and
5th
then
grade.
I picked
So-
up bass in
Okay.
the 6th grade.
so we played a few gigs.
We got the Halloween gig. My mom
Yeah.
has a friend, and her daughter was having a Halloween party.
Mhm.
So that was like 6th grade, actually.
That was 5th grade.
No,
Yeah.
I would
First one? That was before me.
I would wear
that was 5th grade.
a striped red and yellow spider shirt for that gig. But we really enjoyed going hard for those gigs. I had a lot of antics. Like we would play at the OLG summer festival, and we'd play in the tent, and I would like knock over all the lights in the tent
You would break stuff.
On accident.
on
Be
accident.
jumping
Oh,
around.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen you're pretty
Yeah, that was
lively
guitar.
in the
Yes, he
videos.
is.
Very
Yeah.
lively. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Now
on the
now
tables.
infuse like a 12-year-old's energy
Yeah.
into that. Like just rewind the clock a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Craziness.
All right. So when you guys, and I don't know, since you've had, been together and then apart, but let's say when you got back together this time,
Mhm.
or put it together, was there a mission? Was there something you said, this is what we're about?
Yes.
Yeah. That was it. That was a quick yes. I like
Well,
it.
yeah, because I mean, I had been living out in California, and so my goal, and even coming back to Indiana, was specifically like I want to make this band into this machine that has its own momentum, and so we're getting gigs and supporting ourselves from this, but also we're writing and recording like an album, which I guess an EP that we got done, and then sort of I always want to feel like there's progress, like we're not stagnating, and so that's what's driven me, and so I'm always aware of how much time has passed since I've gotten here and trying to make the most of it.
Yeah. Cool. Early musical influences on you guys. What?
Early.
Yeah. Just or what when you were younger and you thought it's something that pulled you into music that.
First concert I remember watching on TV was AC/DC,
All right.
and it was like, imagine not really knowing what rock and roll was, and you just saw the Thunderstruck, the whole Thunderstruck bit.
Yeah.
Like that was like the introduction, so that was really mind blowing.
Okay.
That was totally like I was fixated on rock and roll for a long time. Not even like heavy metal music, just like classic rock.
Classic
rock
rock.
and roll was just so cool.
Okay.
Mhm.
And there was a moment in
parents
time
were
where-
listening to, you know.
Yeah. That's
Honestly,
usually how
yeah.
it plays.
Yeah.
It's what's in the house, but then you get
First-
buddies that give you an album. Or back in my day, they'd give you an album, you'd borrow an album, and I remember
Yeah,
hearing some of
yeah.
that stuff. I remember hearing Boston for the first time on an
Yeah,
album,
Boston.
and I would go over to my buddy's house just to listen to that record,
Mhm.
or Ted Nugent, or Aerosmith, or Rush, or I'm dating myself here, but
Right.
but I would literally go to buddy's house just because they had the record.
Yeah.
Boston is insane. It just doesn't sound possible.
Yeah,
Some of the stuff that you hear.
yeah. So anything else jump out as far
Yeah.
as
I mean, like me and Jacob, we grew up with a lot of Nirvana, and I feel like that's a lot of the songs that like we were like writing as kids were, influenced by that, and then a lot of the covers that we played in our kid cover band.
Definitely the first songs. We learned a lot of Nirvana songs just
Yeah,
when we first started jamming.
When we were
And-
12 and 13, we were all about thrash metal.
yeah, Metallica,
Metallica,
and then we
Megadeth.
played some Guns N' Roses as well.
Yeah, and yeah, just as a disclaimer, that is not not what we're incorporating.
No.
now.
Chilled out a lot.
I mean, that stuff's still good.
yeah,
but,
right,
yeah.
right.
But that's like an early influence. Yeah, and I would say in a lot of ways, like what I'm influenced by now is more or less completely supplanted
Mm-hmm.
what I liked in middle school. I still like that.
Sure.
I don't know if I draw upon it as like an influence. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are all great musicians. I can tell from the recording.
Thank you so much.
Seriously,
you.
I mean,
Thanks.
it's
Very nice.
incredible. So are you guys trained, or self-taught, mixture? What's your
Well, let's
background?
Just go down the line, Peter. You want to start?
So I did take lessons when I was 6, and that was really fast. I quit, and then when I saw my friends start playing, I started playing a little bit more.
Mhm.
So like 9, started taking like lessons, just learning like cover songs. And then once I got into high school, I actually started doing like classical music. Started doing like this pre-college program.
Okay.
So that first year of college, I went to UND, majored in classical performance. I finished out that semester.
Classical guitar.
But yeah, the major was called classical performance.
Yeah,
Wow.
I also did classical guitar.
Oh, did you?
I actually did it before Peter did classical guitar.
He did come to my classical instructor though.
Yeah, it's true. So I
I was going to say
Yeah,
just a little
we've-
competitive undercurrent here.
Me
I
and
like
him have been consistently competitive since the day we've known each other.
But
But
I'm not competitive at all, actually.
that's what he wants you to think. But anyways, yeah. So
Are they less competitive than you?
I'm
so much.
in middle school. Around middle school, I started because I got bored with like just the rock like lessons and stuff. So I wanted to learn classical because it's like you could do so much more with the finger style and arrangements. And so I started learning from this teacher named Corey, and then he was just a little bit older than me. So then he went to college at Roosevelt University in Chicago. So he left. So I didn't have a teacher. And then I saw that Peter was getting his classical guitar lessons from Atanas in Bloomington. And I was like, well, I want that.
He's
So
an IU
I-
professor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tanis Tsvetkov.
Atanas Shvedkov, yeah.
Is he Bulgarian?
He is
He is
Bulgarian. He's
He's
yeah,
badass.
a Bulgarian classical guitar rock star. And
Yeah. Very good. Drums.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like trying to learn the songs I liked at first, and then eventually I got lessons for
Did ya?
maybe 6-8 months, and then just kind of jamming out. Not
Mhm.
too much to it. I feel like playing Rock Band the video game helped a little bit too.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw that in there.
Yeah.
vocabulary.
Drums for sure.
Yeah.
I also when I was out in California, I studied like jazz piano for like a few years and had a really good teacher named Jeremy Siskind. And he basically just taught me how to like be sensible with how I like jam and have like restraint and not overplay and stuff. But yeah.
Okay. And for you?
Sort of similar to Jacob. I picked it up in 6th grade, the bass, and I took lessons probably 6 to 8 months,
Okay.
about the same amount of time. And then from there, just listening to records. In 8th grade, briefly, maybe for a couple months, I took some lessons on upright bass. But it was just so big and cumbersome, and I just didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
So I dropped that. And but yeah, I mean, yeah, mostly just studying records and learning some theory along the way to facilitate
Yeah.
becoming a better player.
although you elaborated more than I would have anticipated, or more than I thought, but I could tell by listening, I thought these guys are not. I'm self-taught on guitar, and I couldn't play what you guys play. So I was thinking you guys have got some big chops. So I
Try.
figured, yeah,
Try.
I figured that there was some training along the way because you guys have, and we'll get to the songs, but there's some workouts in there.
A lot of bar chords.
Yeah, a lot of bar chords.
A lot of bar chords.
Okay,
A lot of bar.
I love bar chords.
A lot of pinky work.
Fingerstyle
Got the
guitar.
weakest pinky.
Yeah,
I
we
gotta
love
work
the
on it.
pinky
Connect
stuff.
it like. Imagine you got like you got your bar, right?
Yeah.
And then you start doing stuff with your middle finger, like with the hammer-ons and pull-offs.
All these little notes.
Guess what's next? It's pinky time.
Yeah, pinky's all the
It's
melodies.
pinky's on.
Yes.
Alright.
So the index, the middle, and the pinky, like they just like go so well with bar chords. It's just, and then when it's time to get a little
I
bit
can't
more,
stretch it. I can get it right there, but I can't stretch it. That's
maybe
my problem.
the minor 7 chord might be for you.
All right.
Classical guitars
Oh,
helped me and Peter to be basically
Discipline.
musical masochists.
I did not want to play classical guitar. My dad actually made me, and that, you know, that's the exact reason why. I knew I was like, I'm gonna.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
I
You
want
have
to
to
do
enjoy the
music
pain.
that I want to sound worse.
Yeah.
I wanna sound like I don't know what I'm doing.
So tell me.
Sorry, I was just gonna say you're talking about your pinky, like
Yeah.
with basses sort of the reverse.
Oh my
I
god.
mean the ring finger gets the least amount of exercise, the least amount of work.
Yeah.
Just because like if you play over 3 frets, like the typical way to do it on basses, index, middle, then to the pinky.
Mm.
And it's just because of the spacing. Just because
Yeah.
it's a wider spacing, it's more
Yeah.
comfortable.
I took a shot at bass briefly, and was playing with some guys, and I thought very basic stuff. So
No
I've
pun
got
intended.
a lot of love for good bassists and good all musicians, but I had a new appreciation for bass having tried to play it with some guys, you know, and totally new appreciation. So, songwriting. Talk to me about how the songs come together, how you guys do that.
Lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally. Like I feel like it. If we look at what we've written and what we put on the EP,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of does feel like anybody could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah.
so
The song Pillow Talk was when we just, Peter showed us the chords, and really more or less we just kind of showed up at the studio and recorded it, not knowing what, like,
Okay.
that bass line for me is total, like, I can't reproduce it because it's completely improvised,
Yeah.
and, like, it was, like, 2 or 3 really bad takes before that one, just
Hmm.
kind of,
Hmm.
I latched onto it,
I love that.
so there's kind of that tabula rasa, kind of like blank slate start to a song. That's
Mhm.
one way. I'm just bringing that up because that's one of the tracks on the EP.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, what do you think was the most, like, on the other hand, choreographed, like thoroughly planned out song?
So if you want like a breakdown of how some of the songs got written, you have Pillow Talk and Know Your Name, which were songs that the chords and lyric and melody that was pretty much started from Peter and then translated through us for recordings we did years before I actually got back here when I just visited. And then there is Make It Out, which started with Nick's bass line, and Nick pretty much had the structure laid down, and I just translated the chords, and me and Peter work. A lot of times, me and Peter, we work very collaboratively about like how we balance key and guitar parts, and then See You There is like I kind of came up with a chord progression for that, and
That was honestly,
See you there.
That
Was
one's
my
a
answer, by the
lot of-
way.
that was also just a lot of jamming and
Yeah.
getting it there. Because
A lot of them
we
were coming up with an idea and just hashing it out.
Hashing it
practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
and then
sure.
So is it inspirational or is it just do you guys have a discipline to that when you're doing it? I mean, knowing
Oh, I don't
to
understand.
to the songwriting. I mean, or is it just when you're practicing, you're like, hey,
You have stuff you love, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have enough stuff that you love and what you do is second nature, the things that are going to show aren't necessarily going to be like something you do on purpose.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like when you talk and you say certain things,
Right.
you say them because they're around you almost. It's
Mhm.
almost like its own space, its own culture. It's
Mhm.
just your taste in music.
Mhm.
And we all listen to a lot of the same music.
Yeah.
we also have very different writing processes for like, so I make a lot of stuff on my computer, with a digital audio workstation and like synthesizer and drum machines by myself, and I'm very chord progression oriented. And then and Jacob also has made a lot of stuff on the computer. And then Peter writes a lot more like with guitar accompanying himself, kind of in a singer-songwriter fashion when he's singing. And then, Nick has a lot of like the bass lines written out and like these melodic ideas that so basically how one of us might initially come up with an idea. Obviously it gets mutated, being interpreted by the other band members, but that can influence a lot of like how the flavor or style of the song.
Mhm. Yeah.
We'll talk about the EP a little more in depth here in a second, but let's jump back and it kind of came up as far as what you listen to, and it's not your genre now. How would you guys classify your genre?
R&B, rock, kind of like indie pop or something like that. Yeah, I'd say that
Or
I
an R&B.
yeah,
Rock and rhythm.
and there's also like I like a lot of R&B and like especially electronic stuff. I try to make sure there's a big like synth element in the band, and then like I said, every band member kind of adds their own style that kind of gets pulled out. So for instance, I'd say the way that Peter might play on guitar or Nick might play on bass, like we can have a driving element that makes us more rock than your average pop group. But we really try to use very nice, smooth, lush chords.
Yeah. So the production on the EP is fantastic. It sounds really great.
Well,
All Mitch.
It's Mitch Lohman out of 416 Wabash, which is
Okay.
a studio downtown.
Yeah.
He's a wizard.
He is a wizard.
He's a wizard, man.
He's the best.
He's got the beard to
producer
prove
we
it.
know.
You know, he's got an enormous beard. He's a really cool guy. He's really talented.
He works so fast.
great.
We love working with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's worked with some big people too. He mentioned he's done
John
vocals
Legend?
for John Legend.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some bigger local people too.
Lance, go back to the bass areas. Lance Stevenson recorded a rap song.
Oh, really?
At
With
416
him,
Wabash, and
Okay.
yeah, it's a cool space too. I think they
the
have like
best
events there,
studio.
like parties.
they-
It looks like
yeah.
a giant. It's like a giant disco hall. It's like
Yeah.
this enormous disco ball at the top, a bunch of huge like mirrors all along the walls. It's like really dark. I think they've got black lights in there and stuff, and it's very cool. It's definitely a fun space to record in.
So you
Yeah.
recorded all the songs there then?
That's where we
Yeah.
recorded.
Yeah, this
all of them.
sounds fantastic.
We
How-
started with those
Technically-
first two
Except for
songs.
All Night.
Except for
All talking.
All Night had a very different process. So like that was
Garage Band
Yeah.
Yeah.
initially, right?
that was basically Jacob started with a drum beat like on GarageBand, and then I came up with just like a few little layers that I would send to him, and then he would edit, and then we pretty much like eventually like you put some
we all
vocals
put our little
on.
parts onto it, kind of like a phone mix, rough mix. And we
Yeah.
kind of liked it, and then
We had this contest.
what's his name?
Shout out to Kelson Camp.
Yeah,
Nelson
he had
Camp.
a
Legendary.
contest. He's done stuff for Rihanna.
Yeah,
That's what you guys said.
Yeah.
he did the song. He did the song "Bad,"
The
featuring
remix of
Wale.
it and helped him
Yeah,
producing it. But he did some contests where he sent in a song and he'll mix one, and he picked ours. So
and
that final product is what he sent back.
he
It's a
mastered
produced
it. He
garage
mastered it
band.
really nicely.
Yeah,
Wow.
he produced a girl.
Incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so we sent it to him, he sent it back, and that's what ended up on the EP.
Nice.
So, but all the rest were with Mitch at 416.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? How many songs? How many songs are in your catalog? And how many did you end up recording more than 6 for the EP, but just decided on 6?
We
or-
had a couple demos that didn't make it, and that were, I think the place is called Stone Tree in Fountain Square. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We just thought, oh no, we just went a different direction and chose the 6 that were on the EP. But yeah, there were some other demos.
Okay.
We've had some other demos that we've worked kind of more on like the phone style, like Far Away, that we've played live a good amount, and I'd say is pretty solidly in our catalog, but it just hasn't gone on to a release.
Yeah.
So probably that and some of the other songs that we've done, like for instance, if you look at our set at at All In, we have that, and we have like Back to You. That's another song that we've played that it would be cool to.
We have that on SoundCloud, don't we?
We have Far Away on SoundCloud.
Far Away. Yeah. So there's some stuff on SoundCloud as well.
And
Yeah.
Nervous Bomb's also on SoundCloud. So we have some other songs that are on SoundCloud, but generally they haven't gotten official releases yet.
Yeah. I'm always interested in how that whole process works. I've never done it, and just going into the studio, and part of it I know is timing. You only have so much time, so you can't.
Yeah.
And so you can't hang out and cut 8 songs or whatever.
No,
So
yeah.
you gotta
Definitely split it out through a couple days too.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple
What we
sessions.
did to record the EP was we spent probably about 6 months saving our tips to go to that's what we budgeted for
Okay.
recording it.
Tips
So
from our live shows
Yeah.
and stuff.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Very nice. Personal favorite. So I'll rattle off the songs here. There's 6 of them, as we mentioned. All Night, Let Me Know, Make It Out, See You There, Know Your Name, and Pillow Talk.
Mhm.
Personal favorites for you guys? I know they're probably like your kids, so to speak. They're all favorites, but what?
They're all. I mean, they're all there. I think we all like them all. I like.
I like
I
Wednesday.
feel like my opinions on them change every day. Like
Yeah?
I'll have a new favorite.
Can you go through the list again? I keep on forgetting my favorite's name. I have a favorite right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and you're
To me, that I think
Right
is
now,
the
mine's
most
probably See You
band
There. I
choreographed.
like See You
there.
There.
My
It's
favorite.
that one. It's
My
Son on
favorite See You
drums.
There.
is it?
It's See You
Okay.
There.
Okay.
I think
I-
instrumentally it's our. I don't know. I just like it. It's a jam.
Yeah.
I like Let Me Know, and
I like Let Me Know a
All-
lot too. Yeah.
yeah, and a little bit All Night, but that's because I like songs that have synth lines on them.
If you want to know, like the bass line on the verse to Let Me Know, which is Peter's song, I like if you're interested in an influence on particular track,
Mhm.
the verse on that, like that bass line is very like mambo inspired, like
Okay.
Res Prado,
Okay.
stuff like that. So that rhythm, it's very like a very, I don't know, Peter, what would you describe that track as genre wise? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just play. I like playing.
I don't know. It's soul. It's kind of like soul, kind of like indie rock.
Mhm.
If I had to take a stab at it,
It's like
but
an
then,
indie rock pop.
but then,
Yeah,
but then, like that bass line has got like a lot of mambo influence, and then you also see overlaid on that during Peter's guitar solo, he's got a very like clearly like very Latin influence
Mhm.
in the guitar soloing on that. So there's kind of like a genre meld from our kind of different influences. Yeah.
I had, and my opinions will probably change later, but right now, for now, Let Me Know stands out as a favorite. I love when a song is cruising along and then it slows or it changes its
Yeah.
tempo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that part of it. And Made It Out. I love that song. And I don't know if the one section, I don't know if you would actually call that a rap section. And it's probably what got you listed for the explicit part. Was it?
Oh.
Yeah.
It says
Yeah.
E on Spotify
Yeah,
anyway.
My bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a
It's a
fun
few
studio
F
experience.
words.
Yeah. It's only a few.
Repeatedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely an example of like, how like throughout rehearsals we would be working on an initial idea and then something else would come just from someone being like, we need something else.
Yeah.
And so like, that kind of
That took a lot
funky
of work.
section came in,
Yeah.
and then recording it was really, really fun because we like Peter did his initial, vocal line, and he does pretty much all the vocal stuff, but we did like this group crew vocal,
Yeah.
where we were all kind of dancing around and having
Yeah, so it has that very like Sugar Hill gang
Yeah.
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 kind of thing there on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then the
guitar solo is
bass
super
line on
fun.
that part is sort of like Parliament Funkadelic, kind of,
Nice.
because I've got like a synthy kind
Like
of sound going
Flashlight.
on there.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that song hard to play live? Is it hard to replicate that live, or
That's probably the hardest one, honestly.
is it?
Yeah, I think it's
For
the
me,
most
yeah.
musically involved.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's it's different in terms of like I don't have like a different synth part I'm playing, but I'm doing a lot more like involved right hand melodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like we all have a pretty like warped idea of what we think is like like
Difficult.
simple, or like difficult, because we just play stuff that like we're like, oh, this is super duper chill. But I realize that I don't know. I'm always striving for simplicity and restraint, but
Killing the unit, right?
Yeah.
When certain things are just going to be more complicated than other things.
yeah,
It's-
we
not
all like
everything's
putting our
gonna be the
flavor
same.
on it.
For sure, and we all want to do that. Like we want to be able to fit in with each other in a way that we all can enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so some people are just like, my fingers hurt a little bit
Yeah.
for like 3 minutes maybe.
Tell me about the artwork for the EP. That's cool.
You
Jacob
remember?
knows the best about that.
We just paid some guy online.
Oh, really?
Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name. I'll be honest. I could look it up probably, but
Fiverr thing.
he was just like, "Yeah, here it is," and all the
Interesting.
rights are yours. And
Yeah. Wow.
wasn't too much.
Yeah.
A lot of argument on the color background. We were
Yeah,
A lot
so
of
we just
different
went for like
different,
3.
backgrounds, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was like a purple one, a green one, blue one.
took us 3 days, make that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you made the right one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
like it.
yeah, it's
Thank
very
you.
cool. Yeah, it's very cool.
I think we probably argue about all the small things because the complicated things are just too difficult. Just leave them be,
Yeah.
Let things be right.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me how like on Spotify, I'm curious how this works. You guys, do you decide if your lyrics are on, if you're playing the song and you can pull up the lyrics
Yeah.
and sometimes there's a video? How does that work?
So on is it Pillow Talking All Night? I think you can see the lyrics. Maybe not the other ones. At some point,
All night
we
you can for sure.
Yeah.
had to type in lyrics. I don't think we did it on every song, but we definitely did it on All Night because it was like a single at first.
Yeah, we do distribution through like DistroKid. So when we are putting the songs into that to then go on to Spotify,
Yeah.
there's usually the option to have the lyrics come up. And then
There's a video on Let Me Know.
yeah,
That's the only
Jacob's
one because we
behind
made like a
that.
little mini music video, just like on our iPhone real quick, and we got to put a little clip of it on Spotify. So
Are you pretty hands on with that, or once you send it off to DistroKid, then they kind of do they have some influence, or is everything that's on there is that what you guys had intended it to be? If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Basically, yeah.
They're just like a subscription kind of based service, right? I mean, it's like a
yeah, they just kind of
subscription
put us
fee.
on Spotify and like Apple
Apple
Music,
Music.
and all
Okay.
I guess they're like
streaming.
a middleman distributor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've just found because I noticed, like I said, there were some videos.
Yeah, when we do the
couple had
videos
lyrics.
and the lyrics, I'm pretty sure that's directly through Spotify.
Yeah,
So we
okay.
just add that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. As I was listening to the songs, your voice reminded me of somebody, and it took me a while. And this is going to maybe be a reach of somebody you don't know. Are you familiar with the artist Josh Clayton-Felt? Does that ring a bell to you? That's
I
going
don't
way back.
think so.
Yeah.
And then my instinct is to immediately pull Spotify up.
Yeah,
and check.
What
well,
kind of music is it?
So unfortunately, he passed away in like 2000, I think. He was like 32. He had formed a band called School of Fish. If you know, and they had a big hit called 3 Strange Days. If you heard the song, you might recognize
Yeah.
it. I saw him open for Soul Asylum back in the
Soul Asylum sounds very
yeah,
familiar.
yeah. I saw they opened it for Soul Asylum at the Vogue. Anyway, after we stopped recording, I'll let you listen to Josh Clayton-Felt. Fantastic artist. Often played everything on an album. He was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I just was curious because I thought, man, this reminds me. And I hadn't listened to Josh in a while, and I was like, your voice reminds me of that. I'll be curious to see what you guys think after we're done.
Yeah.
So, and if you like his stuff. So, let's talk about your live performance. I think before we hit record, we talked about some of or maybe it was even after we hit record, where all your touring
Yeah.
geography is.
Yeah, I think we talked about the geography, which is
Yeah.
like more or less the tri-state area.
Yeah.
But just say around
Chicago.
Indianapolis, we play the Tin Roof, which is actually incidentally why we're playing all around the tri-state area, because we play the Tin Roofs here in Indianapolis, in Cincinnati, Lexington, and Louisville
Okay.
pretty frequently.
Okay.
And so that's one area. We play the Rathskeller. We
Mhm.
play like the Ale Emporiums in town.
Mhm.
Kilroy's.
Kilroy's.
We were in
up in
Muldoon's last
Broad
night
Ripple.
for
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We were at Muldoon's in Carmel, yeah.
Britain Tavern, another
Played
North
in
Place.
Chicago too. At
Yeah,
some bar on
HVAC.
Wrigleyville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
it's
was
like
that place called?
it's in Wrigleyville,
Wrigley.
like 2
Okay.
blocks just down the road from the like the famous entrance to Wrigley Field. Yeah. It's a
And
cool place.
Yeah, very cool.
But yeah.
Nice. Do you find that? What are the audiences like in Chicago versus Lexington? Yeah.
Well, we've only played Chicago twice. We're more familiar with the ones in like
Lexington and
Cincinnati,
Louisville.
Lexington,
Yeah.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, HVAC is relatively empty. So we've experienced that. But we've also like in
Well,
Lexington
it
and Louisville.
didn't help that Guns N' Roses was playing at Wrigley
Yeah.
Field.
That was fun.
Right?
It was funny.
There was that.
Yeah.
And then when we were driving back, it was Mexican Independence Day.
Oh, that was awesome.
And yeah, so everyone, the whole
September 16th.
Yeah, the whole highway was basically just like a parking lot, and everyone was just, flying like around their
Yeah,
flags.
sea
like
of
everybody
flags.
had at
Sea of
least
them.
1 or 2,
Just a
or maybe
banner.
3 or 4. They'd have a PVC pipe attached to which was a Mexican bandera,
Yeah,
and like they were just going crazy.
it was a memorable experience.
Instead of fireworks, it was just like let's just monsoon the entire city with like a gigantic parade
Yeah,
Of
over
cars.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It was cool. It was cool to see that.
Interesting.
Um,
Back to your question, I think that the audiences are like if you're looking at like the Tin Roof audiences, definitely in indie. I feel like it's better. I mean, not only because we're from here, I just think that spot is like
packed like sardines.
better for like a band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It actually
They're
invites
very-
people to the stage just by its sheer structure of like how they positioned it.
We
Yeah,
played on them all with
they're
like,
super
great crowds
involved.
before, Yeah, I like
Yeah.
them. They're great.
Yeah.
They're always. It's usually like college crowds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very high energy. And I don't know, like the raucousness of that, makes us, I feel like, get into a more intense experience for our performance.
and we've got to be able to. The thing with that is it is sort of a demanding gig in that we start at 10 p.m. and go until 2 a.m.
No breaks.
No breaks.
Wow.
And so we have to be able to maintain the bar's energy
Mm.
for a 4-hour period of time.
And then drive home from Lexington.
Well, sometimes from
Yeah.
Lexington, hopefully
we get-
from Indianapolis,
Wow.
that drive's not as bad.
That's a
but-
heavy lift.
But
4
we like
hours
playing.
is-
We like playing
It's
all
worth
of
it.
them. Sometimes
Get
we'll
paid
go
all right.
hotel
Mhm.
after the Lexington one. You know, just because it's a 3-hour drive,
Yeah.
and you leave, you pack up, and by the time you're packed up, you're leaving at like 2:45 a.m.
We've
Go
gone back
to Indianapolis.
and gone to
Yeah.
bed when the sun comes up plenty of times,
Yeah.
though.
Wow.
Mhm.
And I don't know, we've definitely had a lot of fun like experiences. We've had kind of like baby tours, where we'll, maybe like play in Louisville, then play in Lexington and like stay at a hotel and then maybe go up to Cincinnati. And those are cool because most of the time we're like in and out, and that time we had a lot of time to just explore the city and basically be tourists and stuff. And we actually got pretty bored with it pretty fast, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
What's an ideal number of shows for you guys in a year?
as many as possible.
As many as possible.
Yeah.
That's usually the most common answer I get. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and so we he's just done a good job of, usually we have like 1 or 2 a weekend, sometimes like 3, sometimes they're like fit in a random part like on a Thursday or something in the week. So 3 a week is fantastic, especially if it's one of the better paying stuff like Tin Roof and Kilroy's.
Yeah, probably the busiest we've been was back in October, and I think we played 16 or 17 shows in the
Yeah,
span of that month.
Okay.
we definitely have.
That's hustling.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
hustling.
yeah, that's probably peak busy for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
So
lot of those shows were Tin Roof.
yeah,
Yeah, probably
A lot
about
of
half of
different
them,
states,
and so we were just kind of making the
Doing the
rounds
Tin
in
Roof
the tri-state
circuit,
area,
yeah.
and then the other half were like Grass Colors and
Mhm.
this other
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we get probably most, busy like late summer and a good amount of like the fall, and then kind of like winter time we're a little bit less busy, and then it kind of like gives us a little moment to do stuff like record more stuff and do little projects, or like for instance in January, if we're not having as many gigs, like I fly out to California and visit family there and stuff.
Okay. Oh, so you still have family?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Very
And I have other musician friends that live out there
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
So, yeah,
It's always good to be in California.
yeah. We
Not
hope
bad.
Oh,
we hope. I don't know. To one day, kind of play more and more places. Like some of the venues that I did play out in California, and
We're shooting for a Vegas residency.
there you
that'd
go.
be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
it. I like
That's
it.
the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
32 nights
Portland,
only.
Arizona,
Yeah. If you get it
Nashville.
and you need some, a roadie, hit me up.
Okay, yeah,
Sure
absolutely.
will.
Yeah, I could maybe hang out
Yeah.
in Vegas for a little bit. So
Yeah.
32 nights only.
Yeah.
January 1st, February 1st.
yeah. Oh.
I think that works, right?
No.
I don't
Well,
know.
no, February 1st as well.
I
Because
refuse,
there's 31.
I refuse to do math right
There's
now.
31 days in January, and then you add a day, it's 32.
That's way too much math. Wow.
Crazy,
Yeah, we
right?
counting travel time. What's happening here?
I thought I was the hippie.
That's funny. What and we've maybe touched on this a little bit. Favorite songs to play live. We talked about the songs that you like off the EP, but just any song that you man, we just I look forward to when this pops up on the set list.
I Will Survive. I love that song.
Good one.
Okay.
When it comes to cover stuff, I have a similar opinion to the originals, which is stuff that has more synth stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
So like Electric Feel has a cool synth line. We do some funky stuff that's really nice, like Rock With You, PYT,
Mm.
and then what is it? Get Down on It.
On it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's one of my genre sweet spots is,
Okay.
synth heavy, funky R&B.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob, any
I like just like the busy drum ones. I like playing Fire by Jimi Hendrix.
okay.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
We've played that for a long time now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
great middle school.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We play 3 Amy Winehouse songs, and
Ooh.
I never listen to Amy Winehouse on my own ever. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
Probably never will.
What?
But
Why?
I like 'em.
What are you
Well, hey,
talking
whoa.
about?
Frank's
Hey.
a good album.
What I'm gonna say is they are like probably my 3 favorite songs to play
Mm,
in the
yeah.
set, though. I
Oh.
really love playing her songs.
Nice
They
and
are fun.
jazzy.
They're excellent. I don't know why I don't listen to her, because I like fusion music, and she's doing like fusion jazz, like made commercial. But I don't know.
Hmm.
Her music doesn't speak to me, but it's well constructed, and I have a lot of fun playing it. So I would
Do you
probably say those
guys
songs.
tweak the originals then? Or you
Oh,
play it
yeah.
in your style then?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
okay.
covers.
Which is cool.
We'll
We do
we'll
tweak
hew
stuff.
closely to the original if we feel like that'll be more entertaining for the crowd. But if we feel like it'll be more entertaining to do it our way, we'll do it our way. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of just live performances, you guys have several videos on YouTube that for the listeners, they can go out and check out a lot of your performances. A lot of video from the All In Fest, which
Yeah.
that was fun to revisit that. I did notice in about every video, Peter, you got a different guitar.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Is that a
Probably just one of the 3.
yeah?
I got 3 guitars.
Do you?
Like,
For every guitar I buy, he does have to buy 3 guitars.
that is not how that works. I do like the
It
idea
seemed
of
like there was
having-
more than 3. Maybe.
So I have
mine-
this blue ES330.
I saw that
It's an
one.
Epiphone.
Yeah.
And I'll play that
David
sometimes. A
Telly.
lot of times I'll use that for half step tune down stuff. But the Telecaster,
Yeah. I saw
Tuxedo Tully.
the Tuxedo Telly, Texas T,
And then the Strat.
and then, yeah,
Texas T.
Sunburst.
that. Sunburst.
Stratocaster.
Okay. All right.
And honestly,
I come down a little heavy on you then.
no, it's okay. It's okay. I wish I had a Paul Reed Smith and like something else, like a not a Washburn, but an Ibanez, something.
We'll bust
crazy.
out the acoustic every now and then too.
Yeah.
For sure. I like the acoustic guitar just because I never play 12 string though. That's like more.
I have a 12 string.
Yeah. Do you play some guitar live then?
Oh,
I do.
Yeah, though, a lot of our set is he's switched.
So
He
we
switches a
pivot.
lot.
We pivot on him. We have like half the set is like R&B primarily, on which he plays keys and synth, and then when we want to go harder,
Mhm.
Or alternative.
higher energy, rock and roll, anything like that, that 2 guitars sound good on, he'll pick
Oh.
up the guitar. Yeah,
Nice.
which is his first instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's an excellent keyboardist too.
Okay.
He started picking up keyboard really in maybe like halfway through high school is when you got like really enthusiastic about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then learned a lot about it through college the last couple of years, and And then, me and Peter, we try to coordinate, like I do a little backing vocals so I can add more interest and stuff because Peter's already a angelic singer,
Yeah, but Alex is like our Swiss Army knife. He really,
Yeah.
He allows us to expand and diverge into different sounds.
Play all the music we want to play, really.
Yeah.
I think like just a guitar band setup can be very boring a lot of times. So I try to give whatever is needed to make it sound kind of cinematic and expansive and a large sound as opposed to a tiny sound.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, we can start to wrap up here, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So tell me real quick before we get out of here, what bands are on your radar that we should be checking out? Who are you into right now? It could be a friend's band. It could be somebody we know. Just
Okay, I want to say Dorian Phelps,
okay.
son of Kenny Phelps, jazz drummer.
Okay.
They're both jazz drummers. I think his band's called Hurricane, but he plays at the Chatterbox all the time. It's just madman. It's
Okay.
insane. It's just
You
insane.
gotta have some chops to play at the Chatterbox, right?
Oh yeah, and all
Yeah.
the people you see there will be great. They're just
They're either
so
amazing
good.
jazz musicians or they're like these really tight like Motown R&B groups that are just doing that sort of amazing Motown stuff in the late '60s, early '70s, and a lot of stuff that we really like. But yeah, definitely across the board,
Okay.
all those guys playing at the Chatterbox are
Yeah.
better than us. I mean, frankly, I mean they're in terms of technical ability,
Mhm.
they're all really good jazz musicians.
Okay.
Yeah.
For like local Indiana kind of that scene,
Yeah.
I really, really like the group Fern Murphy. And
Okay.
like, they have a super spacey, dream pop, expansive sound, and I want to play shows with them.
Yeah.
And then
Somebody else, when I asked this question earlier, gave them some love too.
yeah, like they're just they have a cool sound. And then me and Peter, we actually saw this group called Heaven Honey. They played at State Street Pub.
So much fun.
Yeah, that was a really cool group. They were just
5
very
days ago.
tight. Yeah, and they're actually they're based in Nashville now, but they're originally from Indianapolis.
Okay.
And so I think there's a cool little Indiana to Nashville pipeline by way of
Mhm.
Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
And I like studying that and being a part of that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I like that music.
Jacob.
I don't know about like local stuff, but a newer band I've been listening to is called Foxtide. I think they're from West Coast.
They are, yeah.
Oh, so good.
Did you say Vox Tide?
Foxtide.
Foxtide.
They
Okay.
just have a cool sound. I don't know.
Okay.
Not a lot of like releases out. I think they're younger, but
Okay.
it just
So
popped
good.
up on my Spotify, and I really like them.
Yeah, they're good.
Nice.
I remember when you sent me that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of new music, unfortunately. I kind of do, but
You got those
I don't
deep
make
pockets though for
I don't-
those old songs.
I don't make a concerted effort to like. I bump into new stuff that I really like for sure, but I'll just tell you who I've been obsessed with for the past half year. It's this Brazilian guy named Marcos Valle. He's just
Love
really good.
him.
If you like boogie funk stuff and you also like kind of the samba stuff, because like he's from Brazil and stuff. Yeah, just great pop music from
Okay.
the 70s and the 80s. His discographies. I mean, actually, really, I mean, going into the 2000s, he's just has excellent album after excellent album.
It's Brazil's
It's all
national
in
hero.
Portuguese, but if you can get past that, if you like that genre of music like
Yeah.
boogie funk and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I like it. I like.
Rarely do I come across an artist where I can just listen to album after album and be like, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Cool. I just had it on the last show. Caught on Klein. Are you familiar with Caught on Klein? They're out of Northwest Indiana, the Chicagoland
No.
area, and they're funk and
okay.
jazz and
What's it
R&B.
called again?
Caught on Klein.
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 Yeah.
It's the name after there's a street that runs out of Northwest
Oh,
Indiana
okay.
into Chicago called
Oh, they're
Klein
cool.
Avenue. And he tells a cool story as to how they come up with that name. But you should check them out.
Sure.
They're really good, very good. So, you got new music this year? You got anything planned?
That's our goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We've made like
Try
another
and save-
EP, singles. What do you?
I think we'd like to do a full album, but we
Yeah.
might do some singles before we get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we've recorded like, some some kind of demos and stuff, but we definitely want to record more and hopefully get a more substantial collection of songs.
Nice. Okay.
And hopefully we can time it so, it's with another big summer outdoor festival, like we so
Our
Fun fact-
timing is always impeccable.
yeah. Fun fact about All In, and initially we like saw the poster and we were like, oh no, we're not in it. We really want to be in that. So we're like, hey Lisa, can we be in it? And then we got in it. So
Well, she was like, but you have to have something out. So we like,
yeah,
we had already been, planning on recording the EP. And so we were like,
we
okay,
pushed just to get it out.
all right, we'll actually schedule the recording dates and stuff. And we got it out the week prior.
Kind of gave us a deadline.
Yeah.
I'm hoping,
Actually work. you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we could do the same thing with Wonder Road Festival this summer. That would
Yeah.
be really cool.
There's some cool festivals starting to
Yeah.
pop up in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
People
cool.
like the fans here, honestly.
Yeah.
I really do think that. I think when people come here and they see like either a live show, they get a certain reaction from people, and it causes them to want to do more. I think,
Yeah.
honestly.
We're hungry for
I just hope they
music.
all can make it. I know it's a big undertaking for All In and
Yeah.
Wonder Road. It's
Sure.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I hope they can hang
Well,
on and make it go.
All In got like kind of partially rained out, which,
Yeah.
I
Survive
understand why
that.
they scheduled it for early September because that's like the driest time of the year.
Mhm.
They're probably thinking this isn't going to get rained out.
When
Yeah.
did it start
And it
raining?
Yeah.
And it did.
Right after.
So hopefully next year it won't. And it'll
Julia
see
Khan
November
performed.
one.
whether they were anticipating, and it'll
Right.
people see how well it really can do.
Yeah.
Because it was cool. They had a great lineup,
It was
so it should
yeah.
do really well.
Yeah.
They can get that
Yeah.
caliber of a lineup going again for this year's.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the easiest way for fans to connect with you guys?
Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
The handles
Instagram.
Dream Slice Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got some merch?
We have the most limited edition of merch.
That's true. We got like maybe 2 t-shirts.
Unavailable to mortals.
Yeah, we made like 30
but
t-shirts and
you could
his family members that got them now.
Yeah.
at this
And
point.
despite their rarity, despite the limited edition stamps we put on them, their value is just going down. Kidding.
yeah.
We made t-shirts.
You'll have to sell your kidney on the black market to get one.
Maybe let's make hats next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Or
cooler.
stickers.
That sounds like a
cooler.
lot more fun.
Maybe stovetop hats like Lincoln wore.
Stoved? Oh yeah.
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 Wait.
Yeah.
So like novelty party hats or?
No, what people wear every day in the 21st century, just like Lincoln did.
Oh sorry. I'm down to clown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We really should
do
make
you have a
more shirts.
recommendation, merchandising
I
recommendations?
don't.
Like
no.
what? Well,
Snow globe.
what would you want to get?
I'm always up for a t-shirt. I'm more of a
T-shirt.
traditionalist, I guess. Yeah.
Not our t-shirt.
We just need to make more t-shirts.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
We need to make another batch. If we're
Oh, let's
out.
just put the EP cover on a t-shirt.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
just thought about that.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It's just the color of the background or whatever, so it like blends in. Yeah, there's not like a
So did you vote against the blue?
no.
No.
I
Okay.
don't know.
No.
I honestly don't remember.
I like it. I think the logo looks great. Or the artwork
Yeah.
looks great.
I voted purple if I'm being honest with
Did you?
you.
Yeah. That
Here's
probably
like,
look good too.
I know I liked blue. Blue's definitely my second choice, but purple just
spoke to you.
it's the side of our art that the world will never see.
Yeah.
I'd say the Dream Slice
It's on its
colors are teal aqua and purple.
Okay.
You know, if you were ever wanting to rep, Dream Slice in a more subtle way.
That's why they're not on our EP cover.
Exactly.
Oh.
But he's right. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like those colors.
All right. Cool.
I am a fan of purple and blue, and I'll make that statement now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you. You've been so kind with your time. It was a
Yeah.
blast talking to you,
Thank
getting to
you.
meet
Thanks.
you.
Yeah.
I love the music.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I hope
Thank you.
2023 treats you well, and I hope
to
to
you.
take in a show sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come
Yeah.
to the Tin Roof and check you out. So
Awesome.
Buy a
Fantastic.
drink.
yeah, you buy me a drink.
Buy a
All right.
drink.
All right. Very good. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.